There is a quiet space within us all, a sanctuary that often goes unexplored. In our busy lives, silence has become a rare commodity, something we often try to fill or escape. We rush from one distraction to another, perpetually seeking external stimulation. Perhaps we've been conditioned to perceive quiet as a void, an emptiness that must be filled with sound, activity, or company. But what if this perception is flawed? What if the very thing we avoid holds the profound key to our healing and well-being? Let us consider that silence is not an absence, but an invitation. It is an open door to self-discovery, a gentle call to return to our truest selves. It is an opportunity to come home to the calm center within. We live in a world saturated with constant stimulation. Our days are often a relentless stream of podcasts, social media feeds, news alerts, and endless conversations. We are always on, always connected, always consuming. For many, the idea of true quiet, of an absence of any external input, can feel deeply unsettling. We might even find ourselves actively fearing stillness, as if it threatens our very sense of being. This pervasive noise often intertwines with a societal belief that equates productivity with our identity and worth. To be quiet, to be still, can sometimes be perceived as suspicious. It might seem unproductive or even lonely in a world that champions constant engagement. We are taught that to achieve, we must be perpetually active, always moving forward. But there is a cumulative cost to this incessant noise, a price we pay for rarely allowing ourselves to simply be. When we constantly fill our days with sound and activity, our emotions often remain unprocessed. They are buried beneath the surface, waiting for an opportunity to be heard. This perpetual avoidance of our inner landscape can lead to a quiet anxiety, a subtle disconnect from our authentic selves. We might feel a persistent unease, a sense that something fundamental is missing. Constant noise, paradoxically, creates disconnection. It doesn't offer true safety, but rather a shallow veneer of distraction. Let us consider Ilara, a soul who once meticulously crafted her life to avoid silence at all costs. Her days were a tapestry of back-to-back meetings, social engagements, and a constant stream of media. Her evenings were filled with plans, her weekends packed with activity. Ilara found a temporary solace in external validation, allowing the accolades and expectations of others to define her. This outer success, however, masked a growing internal unease, a persistent hum of anxiety beneath the surface. She was admired by many, yet felt deeply unmoored within. Eventually, the relentless pace of her life caught up with her. Exhaustion, both mental and physical, forced a moment of surrender. There came a point where she simply could not keep going, a quiet breaking point that demanded stillness. Her first encounters with true quiet were deeply uncomfortable. Her mind, unaccustomed to the absence of external input, raced with a torrent of thoughts. Unprocessed emotions, long suppressed, began to surface, bringing with them a wave of unease and vulnerability. It was in this discomfort that a profound realization began to dawn. Ilara understood that the effort required to constantly avoid her inner world was far more exhausting than the prospect of simply facing it. The energy she expended on distraction was immense. In that quiet understanding, she made a gentle, yet powerful decision. She chose to stop fighting the silence. She decided to listen to what it might be trying to tell her, to allow its gentle presence into her life. This was her turning point, a courageous step towards healing. In the embrace of silence, Ilara began to unearth profound discoveries. These insights are not unique to her. They are universal truths waiting to be found by anyone willing to listen. The first discovery Ilara made was that silence is not an empty void, as she had once feared. Rather, it is a clarifying force, a gentle current that brings things into sharper focus. When the external world quieted, her internal landscape became more visible. In stillness, she began to observe her thoughts without immediately engaging with them. She noticed the recurring patterns, the habitual worries, the limiting beliefs that had silently shaped her choices. This observation was not about judgment, but about gentle awareness. True understanding often begins in this space of non-judgmental observation. Without the noise, we can see the origins of our reactions, the roots of our anxieties, and the true desires of our hearts. Silence allows for a deeper seeing. It helps us discern between fleeting impulses and genuine needs, between external pressures and our inner wisdom. The answers we seek are often found not in louder searching, but in quieter listening. Ilara's second discovery was perhaps the most tender. Healing truly requires deep listening. As emotions surfaced in the quiet, she realized they were not there to overwhelm her, but to be acknowledged. Grief, fear, self-doubt, and even unexpressed joy all yearned for her gentle attention. Healing, she understood, meant creating a safe space for these emotions to be heard, to be felt, and to simply be. It was about allowing them to exist without needing to fix them, suppress them, or immediately act upon them. This gentle permission was transformative. She learned to approach her emotions with compassion, treating them as messengers rather than enemies. This compassionate listening softened their intensity, creating an inner environment where true safety could begin to flourish. Silence became a profound space where she was free from the need to perform, to justify, or to suppress any part of herself. It was a space of authentic presence, where every emotion was welcome to simply exist. It is in this listening, this gentle welcoming, that our deepest wounds can begin to mend. We offer ourselves the very understanding and care we often seek from others. Ilara's third, and perhaps most empowering, discovery was that true strength resides not in outward display or constant striving, but in quiet stillness. This strength does not demand attention, it simply is. It is the quiet resilience that endures. Developing inner stillness transformed her confidence and resilience from the inside out. She found herself speaking with greater clarity and intention, no longer driven by reactive impulses, but by a deeper sense of knowing. This newfound stillness made her feel more grounded and centered, even amidst external chaos. It did not make her passive. Instead, it equipped her to navigate challenges with a calm and measured presence. It was a wellspring of quiet power. It allowed her to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. She discovered that being truly strong meant being deeply rooted, unwavering even when the winds of life blew fiercely. This stillness was her anchor. Embracing silence does not mean removing all noise from your life. It profoundly changes your relationship to it. You learn to discern, to choose, and to find quiet even in the midst of activity. Quiet moments become a profound form of engagement, a sacred space to reset and recalibrate your inner compass. They're not merely an escape, but a return to your authentic self, a place of deep knowing. This is an invitation, a gentle prompting, to experiment with brief moments of stillness in your own life. Perhaps just 5 minutes each day, simply sitting and allowing yourself to be present. It might be uncomfortable at first, and that is perfectly normal. The racing thoughts, the surfacing emotions, the initial resistance. These are all natural responses to a new practice. Greet them with curiosity and compassion, understanding that they are part of the journey. Remember, healing often begins in the very places we fear to pause. It starts when we gather the courage to stop avoiding our inner world and instead, gently listen. Your true self is waiting to be heard in the silence.